Good morning, everybody. Welcome to pre-market update. We'll start with cycle analysis, S&P 500. Then we'll review all other indices, including Nasdaq. We'll review Bitcoin, Ethereum. We will review all commodities, and at the end, we'll wrap up with FANG stocks. Please hit the like button, guys. Only takes 1 second to hit the like, and I will really appreciate if you can share this channel with friends and family. All right, so everything is going as planned. SPX cycle analysis, you can see here, we focus on this yellow cycle. One thing I'm worried about, we did get a bounce yesterday, but we still have some time for this cycle low to happen. So this cycle low happens on 5th of August, we bottom there. So that's telling me this bounce is likely going to fail. All right, so the cycle analysis is telling me one thing. I'll just tell you what it's telling me. It's telling me it's going to either fail now or it's going to go a little higher, close this gap, and then come back down. All right, so I'm looking for a lower high and then rejection into new low, and there is a gap here around 5300, 5378. Let's say 5400. That's what I'm looking for as a target to fill. And on SPY, that gap is around here, around 537. Now on SPY yesterday also we had a gap up. If you can see, let me show you on 1 hour chart. So that gap is also left to be filled. Here you go. So you can see we had a gap up, and that's the first target. I think eventually this should come to fill that gap. That gap is from where we are right now, 0.84%. So I don't know what the catalyst will be, but eventually that should fill. It can also bounce, fill this upper gap first, and then come down to fill the other gap, like I said before. So there are two scenarios, but regardless of what scenarios plays out, this gap most likely looks like they're going to try to fill this. Let's do side-by-side comparison now, where we're going to do, I'm going to keep day trading chart on the left side, which is only for day trading. Left side is where we buy on the green line, sell on the red line, and right side is for swing trading, for longer term trading. Okay, so on the right side MES chart, you can see we're trying to close above this white line, which is 20 moving average. So if we try to close above that, that's bullish, and we still have green line below red line, so we're waiting for that crossover to happen. If we get another bounce lower, that will have some divergences build on RSI and PPO. That's healthy, and that's what we want. And again, there's also this rising 50 EMA and SMA coming, red and white, yellow line. That's all, could be also another target if they try to decline it here. Now, day trading chart is telling us we are in the middle, which is kind of neutral zone going towards sell zone. If I zoom in, you can see on Friday we were here in the buy zone. That was good area to buy. We bounced and I exited my shares here because we were closer to sell zone. So I'll wait for it to go back to the buy zone. All right, so nothing to do. Just wait patiently for it to come back to buy zone, and then we'll buy it again. And I share this with my subscribers. If you're interested, click the join button and join, and I will add you to Discord only group where I share the trades I take. I sold SOXL around 10% profit yesterday, FNGU around 7% profit, and then AMD around 3% profit. I shared that live with my subscribers. In one day, we made so many gains. So it's amazing, guys. All right, so let's move to NASDAQ. Let's go to MNQ. Nasdaq is also touching the buy zone and bouncing. Same thing here. You can see on the left side where we were in the buy zone on Friday. That was a good time to buy, and we sold here at the touch of this red line. Perfect touch, and that's it. Exit all positions. Now let's just wait for it to patiently come back to the green zone. And Nasdaq showing me some different story. It gives me 9 counts buy signal on daily chart on MNQ. So last time we got a buy signal, it was little bounce and then failed. Here we got 8 counts buy and nice rally there. One thing to note on Nasdaq, if I go to weekly chart, we are still a bit away from this yellow line. So my target eventually will be whenever that happens, if it fails, come back to fill this chart around 5% lower. All right, around 18,500 is my target. August, September are weaker months. So let's see if we can see this weakness later on. That's what I'm looking for. And triple Qs, again, same thing here. There was a gap here. It opened on a gap up. If I go to 1 hour chart, You can see gap up here. All right, so this gap 476 still not filled, and also there's another gap here around, bigger gap around 468. So that could be a better target. All right, so here you go. Let's keep moving to Dow Jones. Is also in the neutral zone, a little bit green. Dow Jones was not that strong yesterday. Touched the buy zone bounce. Now in the neutral zone, so nothing to do here. Wait for it to either go to green zone to buy, red zone to sell. On the daily chart, sitting on this rising 10 moving average. Russell was very strong yesterday. Came to the sell zone. You can see nice bounce from buy zone to the sell zone. Nice profits here. If you bought Russell, you could have made easily 2.6%. And now in the neutral zone, so no trade zone. Wait for it to go to green zone to buy or red zone to sell. Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin in the buy zone right now as we're talking. And let me zoom in. Bitcoin chart. You can see Bitcoin is trying to cool down a bit. Now you keep an eye on this PPO green line and red line. So you really want to see this crossover not happening. If that happens, that's not good. Okay. As long as it's above red line, that's good. But you can see it started to turn down. So if that crossover happens, it will start to put pressure on Bitcoin to go lower. So be very careful here. We'll see how it goes. One thing to note on BTC chart, this is CME future. There's a gap. 100% this gap will be filled. This is a massive gap. So I think Bitcoin will eventually, also I'm getting a 9 count sell signal. So Bitcoin can dump from here to fill that gap, which is around 12% away. So keep that in mind, guys. Just be very careful. They can decide to fill that gap anytime. And then after, if that breaks, next gap is here, 48K and then 40K. On Ethereum, that gap is here around 31, 36, and from the top, so that gap is around 10% away. All right, so just be a bit careful. I'm just telling you what I think. I think they're going to go and fill this gap next, and you can do what's best for you. And Ethereum is in the buy zone, sorry, in the sell zone, now in the neutral zone. And on the daily chart, Ethereum is also holding nicely, trying to make a flag. Let's see if it breaks out. But green line is above red line, so everything is good for Ethereum so far. Hang Seng Index, China, is getting closer to buy zone. This gap here is my target around 18935. Let's see Alibaba and Baidu what they are doing. Here you go. Baba is down 1% because they kind of move with Hang Seng Index. Here you go. Baba down, filling this gap. Baidu is also down 2%. So yeah, so one day up, one day down. Actually, I'm gonna put ETF here, XCH. This is the Toronto ETF for China. I'm gonna move it actually here next to Hang Seng. Let's see how this thing tracks to Hang Seng Index. Here you go. All right. And let's look at commodities. Gold. Where is gold? Give me a second. Here's gold. Bounce from the buy zone. It was in the buy zone yesterday, now bouncing. You can see on a daily chart, finding support on this rising 20 moving average. So we'll see if bounce can hold and bounce. If support can hold and bounce. And silver, let's see, was also again bounce from the buy zone. Near some support here, like I said yesterday, some support here. Let's see if it can hold and bounce. If you want to buy it, wait for it to go back below 28 and then buy it. Copper was down very bad yesterday. Let's see again, getting a 9 count SPY signal on 200 EMA. This dark blue line. So let's see if support can handle. If it breaks, then there's next support around 3.95. Crude oil is down a little bit, again in the buy zone. So it's now coming closer to lower boundaries of these, which is good because uh, oil will be cheaper. But if it breaks here, then I think next support is going to be in low 70s for oil. But short term, I think it's going to be bouncing and it's in the buy zone. Natural gas is also now massive pump yesterday, now going down a bit. Yesterday it was trying to fill this gap around 2.31. They can still pump it, fill it, and then come back down. We'll see. But right now in the neutral zone. Palladium is in the neutral zone. Nothing much here. Soybeans is bouncing finally in the sell zone. So you can see bouncing from the after 9 counts buy signal in front of resistance on this white line, 20 moving average. It needs to break that to break this downtrend. We'll see if that happens. Sugar is also trying to make a bottom in the buy zone, very oversold. So you can see it can try to make a new low, and that will be a divergent low. We'll see if that happens. But right now, sugar is not going anywhere. I think I'm gonna go see seasonality of sugar. Cane is the ETF. We'll see. Like you can put cane, CANE. We'll see how that one tracks to sugar. Daily chart would be better. Here you go. This is the ETF you want to be buying near the lows. Wheat is also trying to make a bottom in the neutral zone right now. Corn, wow, massive pump finally. Corn trying to break out of this downtrend. Looks like it made a bottom, so that's good news. Dollar DXY is bouncing. This is the support, bouncing from the support finally. So if dollar goes higher, Bitcoin, gold, and stock market can go lower. So just keep that in mind. What else is there? Let's look at FANG stocks real quick. Tesla is up, earnings tonight, so we'll see what happens. Just in this massive consolidation with multiple gaps to the downside and a gap to the upside, so earnings will be bullish. Then we fill 291. If they are bearish, then we start filling 240, 221, and 212, and then 198. Apple also it's in the sell zone. Tesla, Apple going to closer to buy zone. There's a gap fill around 221, so that could be the next target. Amazon is little higher, buy below 181. Netflix is in the neutral zone. Meta, Facebook is going towards sell zone, getting in 9 counts, 8 counts buy signal with multiple gaps to the downside. Google earnings today near sell zone, a gap up and 2 gaps down. We'll see how Google does. There's a massive earnings gap here. So if they dump, are they going to dump that? I'm just thinking if they dump it, can they go this far? 13%? No, I don't think they're going to go. But who knows? They can do anything. We'll see if they're going to try to dump the multiple earning gaps here. We'll see if they try to dump it. Microsoft is in the middle, neutral zone. Snowflakes is also bouncing from the buy zone. NVDA bounce, nice bounce. If it fails here, then there are multiple gaps or downside. There's also a gap around 126. They will try to maybe fill that first. AMD, I exited my share yesterday because Nasdaq was in the sell zone, but it's again holding the support 200 EMS. It can still bounce. This massive gap will be filled at some point. And Shopify is in the buy zone. So you can see here, trying to recover, hold it. Let's see if it can bounce. All right, guys, that's it for today. Please hit the like button on the way out. And VIX to wrap it up is again green, holding a bounce here will mean SPX is going lower, like I think it should. There's still time left in seasonality to happen, so SPX can still dump. That's it for today, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.